Start with an off-ball question here. If you were to be stranded on an island and were given an MP3 player where you can only download one album, what would it be?
Earth, Wind, and Fire's greatest hits.
Yeah. I saw them in Chicago recently. They were awesome.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
They're still awesome.
Yes.
They've kind of defined the combination of R&B and horns and melody and great songwriting, great harmonies, vocals, everything about them. Just love them.
And that tall guy, what an energy that guy's got. Oh my God, right?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Wow. I saw them by accident. I've always wanted to see them. This is off the thing. I've always wanted to see them, and we went to Chicago because I always wanted to see the Eagles. And I talked my wife into going to Chicago. That's her hometown, to see the Eagles. And then, of course, 2 weeks later, they announced they were coming to Miami.
Right.
But you know how it is. It was too late already. But the airfare tickets also.
Yeah.
And then, coincidentally, I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire were playing at the Chicago Theater. And I'm like, oh, we just got to go. So I saw them. Awesome. I loved it.
You talk about a contrast in stage energy.
Right? Yes.
You know, Eagles, they're awesome, but they're
calm,
very low-key.
Yes, yes, yes.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is
they're like,
raging.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, let me think. All right. Music videos are very popular now. I noticed that your band only has made one in 2006 for the song "Love Is a Bride." Do you guys plan to make any more music videos in the future?
We have one out now, actually.
Really?
If you go to YouTube, it's. By the way, that's "Love Is a Bridge." It's bridge, not bride.
Bridge,
Did you see that? Yeah. Just.
All right.
I like "Love Is a Bride," but different song.
Okay. All right. Maybe my spelling or Fitch. Yes. Okay.
And "Love Is a Bridge" was made in. We shot that video in '88 or '89. That's an old one. Yeah, but the most recent one is a song called "The Lost and the Lonely," and it's off of our new CD, and it was shot about 4 or 5 months ago. So there is actually a current one out there. It's not. It's on YouTube. I don't know if anybody else is showing it, but that's the most recent one we've done.
Well, I looked at iTunes. That's where I got the information. It's
okay.
not on iTunes.
Interesting. No, the video's not on iTunes yet. No, it should be. Should be because it's a good one. The new CD it was done by an Italian record label called Frontiers, and they sent a crew to film us and do just a chat, and then from the live show they put together a video of the Lost and the Lonely too. It's a tribute to troops all over the world. So if you look on YouTube, just look for Little River Band, The Lost and the Lonely, you'll see a new one. Yeah. And yes, we would do a new one if there was, a reason to do it. Hang on one second. The Bride. My Love Is a Bride is.
There you go. Oh, she doesn't answer.
I hate when that happens.
But yet, God forbid, I don't answer.
God forbid you don't answer because the world comes to a close. But when they want to shut their phone off, it's okay.
Exactly the way it works.
It's a different set of rules, Isaac. I'm sure. You're not recording this, are you? She's not going to hear this.
Well, no.
We didn't mean it. We were just kidding.
It's a joke. Now I'm going to text it.
Good.
I was going to do the audio portion, but I'm going to text it. Okay. Which band would you say was the most fun to tour with?
Oh, wow. Gosh, good question. I would have to say the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. We toured with them for a couple years, 80, 81. We were out with them a lot of dual headlines with them. And they were just a riot. They were having fun. We were having fun. It's just all good, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What would you say was the funniest or most embarrassing moment that you've had on stage?
It's kind of a long story. We went to Los Angeles. Going to play Los Angeles, LA, to the Australians, and our lighting director was very young, so he wanted the lights to be spectacular in Los Angeles, where all of the industry is there. We're at the Greek Theater in the hills of LA, and the curtain is down. So our guy just. He's real nervous, so he starts the fog machines on stage, and they're pumping, and then so by the time we go on stage, these lights are just cutting through fog, and they look spectacular and everything. The curtain goes up, and the moist air from the night in Los Angeles mixes with the oil in the fog, and the whole stage literally turned into a skating rink. We couldn't stand up. We could walk one way, and then we couldn't get back down the stairs, and we were slipping around and sliding and falling on our backs. It was an absolute circus. We could.
Wow.
Was so horrible. So then we finally gave up, and we just walked to our microphones, and we just stood there because we couldn't move around. Finally, it cleared up. We were able to get around a little bit, but the first 10 minutes of that show, just stupid.
It's funny. I saw in an interview that you had previously that Cut Like a Diamond was a huge success in Germany when it was released. Has it been that successful in the United States?
Probably not. We haven't heard from the record label what the sales are in individual countries. That's, they report every 3 or 4 months kind of thing. But the initial reports for Germany was they sent a certain amount to Germany and they sold out in a day.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So then they sent them again and they sold out again. In America, we tour all the time so people know that we're together. In Germany, they thought we had broken up. So I think there was a rush from fans who had no idea that we were still together and going to do a new CD. I think that's part of the reason that Germany snatched them up so quick. But whatever the reason, we're happy that it was, that they went off the shelf that fast over there. Now, we're not talking millions of records like we used to, but nevertheless, the label predicted a certain amount, and it's kind of tripled since then. So
that's great.
Can't argue with that.
No, yeah. That's success. Do you have any future plans to tour outside the United States?
All depending on record sales. For probably 10 to 15 years, we've only left the country to go to Canada a few times, but to go overseas once or twice in the last 10 years. So it really depends on the new record, and if it catches on, and they're, we don't just go somewhere. Right. Promoters bring us to play a show. So it's up to them whether they see the value and want to put a tour together. But we hope so. We hope so.
I was telling Kathy that it just happens to be today because the airport's over there, so it depends which way the wind is blowing when those planes come in.
Right.
A lot of times they come in from the Everglades in.
Yeah.
And today just happens to be the day that they're coming from the east in. So
I hope the wind shifts tonight before the show starts. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song that you just love to play?
Oh, a lot of them, and mostly because of how the audience feeds off their favorite songs. But Cool Change, we've done a lot to Cool Change. We've stretched it out and made it a feature for the guitar players. It's always a great song to sing. There's never a time when that one, it never gets old. Another one of my favorites is Take It Easy on Me, just because it was significant to the time of my life when we were doing it. It really rang true, and where we recorded, just the memories attached to it. I love singing that song. It's a hard song for me to sing because of the range of it. So I always use it as a marker of whether I'm going to struggle or whether I'm having a good night. But Cool Change is probably the one that I enjoy the most for all those reasons.
Okay. Do you have a favorite city or venue that you just love to play in?
Oh, I got a lot of great venues. I have to say that there's a venue just outside of Denver called Red Rocks.
Red Rock,
yes. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so stunning. It's hard to describe the natural boulders and the amphitheater and just being out there at night with people having such a great time. It's a fabulous place. And of course, one of our favorite venues is the Magic City Casino. Seriously, it's a great place to play. There's another one, though, an indoor venue in Kansas City. It's at a casino called the Ameristar. And it's just one of those rooms that it's a pretty standard place, but the crowds are always nuts when we get there, and the room sounds awesome, and it's just, we just always look forward to getting back there. So, but they're great venues are all over the place. Good fun.
I've had several people have told me about that Red Rock. Now I'm kind of in my mind. I want to see a concert one day.
You gotta go see a band there. It's just stunning.
Okay, I see that you guys are going in the Moody Blues Cruise in April this year. Is this your first music cruise?
No, we were on that same cruise last year, and I'm happy to say we were a late addition to that cruise. Primarily, the people that go on the cruise are Moody Blues longtime fans, but then there are other people that go because on our cruise was Ambrosia, one of the lead singers from Toto. The Zombies were there and sounded awesome. So the Greg Lake from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, incredible range of music all the time. Which is really fun, because literally from the time you get on the ship, about 2 hours later the music starts, and it doesn't stop until the night before you're going to get off. So people just love that atmosphere. They're just immersed in music. Like I said, we were a late ad. We were kind of a surprise to people, and we got so many people wrote in that they asked us to come back and do it again. So that was kind of a nice little honor. Yeah.
There's a close interaction with the fans in the cruise, right? Where you get
always.
Yes.
Except for them. So yes, everybody except the Moody Blues. The Moody Blues stay very much apart from people. Them and Greg Lake, they had security people. They stayed very much apart. But the rest of us, we just wandered and mingled and ate dinner with everybody and whatever. And the cool thing about the cruise is nobody bothers you. They're happy to see you. They say hi, so and so, but they don't come over and bug you unless it's at the show, and then they want autographs and stuff like that. But it's really kind of a cool atmosphere because they know we're there to watch the music just like they are. We're seeing our bands we love play too, so it's good fun.
Okay, what would you say was the difference between the original Little River Band and the band today?
Performance. All the lineups of Little River Band have had great vocals. They've been great musicians, and they presented the music very well. But the Little River Band of old didn't. And I was there, and I was part of it for years. They didn't perform together as a band, like as people, like go and walk over to one of the guys and enjoy it or whatever. They performed in their own little corridor. And it was kind of striking to me. People moved forward and backward, but nobody was moving sideways. Nobody was doing stuff together. And that started to loosen up in the early 80s when myself and a new guitar player came in, and we were street musicians that were just going, we're not standing still. We're going to move around and whatever. So things started to loosen up, and now the band is, there are a lot of times people are crisscrossing and going up to the drums and whatever, and acting like a band. I mean, and I think the music has never suffered. It's just that the visual thing is much more engaging now, in my opinion, because we've got people watching individuals. Oh, there they go. They're doing that. Oh, they're doing that. It's to me, it's more. It's a better visual now.
Well, I can tell you, from a fan's point of view, I love that. I love when they start jamming together and playing to each other and that kind of stuff. It's awesome.
Exactly, and believe me, we play these songs 100, 200 times a year between rehearsals and sound checks and whatever. I mean, we play them a lot. If you don't add that into the show, it would be very easy just to stand there and play. I know it by heart. I don't even have to. I could space out and be thinking about Mars, but I don't. We're there to do a show, not just to play the music. We're there to entertain people, and so I'm proud that the band has rolled into that kind of a attitude.
That's excellent. I shot a band. I don't know who, but I shot a band like you were describing, and I love to take pictures. And like I said, I love to see the movement and stuff because I can shoot the whole show and not get tired because I'm always looking for the better picture.
Right.
But there was this one band, and after the third song, because they were just.
You had all your shots. Yep.
it would move.
Yeah.
Like, the guy just there, and there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I usually never put down my camera, and I put down my camera. I just, okay. How many pictures can I take of that guy standing there?
Exactly right, yeah. Gosh.
Yeah.
A chord, E chord, it all
Yeah.
looks the same. What are you going to do? Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. Last question. Do you know how the name Little River Band originated?
I do. The band at its creation. The band was created by bringing members of other successful bands together to create, a solid vocal thing that to go outside of Australia and get on the radio and so on and so forth. As it went, they did a great job, but they didn't agree on a name. There was a lot they didn't agree on, but they didn't agree on a name. So they were literally on their way to their first show. And they passed a little town. They were, we don't have a name yet. They passed a little town called Little River. And one guy said, "Tonight, let's just be Little River Band, and we'll see what happens after that." And of course, it stuck. And then they achieve success in America. And now, of course, we go all over the country. There's a Little River in almost every state of the union. So it's pretty cool. We run into Little River all the time over here. Yeah.
I looked up the name. I don't know. I'm just for your information. Have you ever heard that there's the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians? Have you heard of them?
Yes.
So the name kind of means something, because I was reading. Like, I know that the band has gone through their diversity and what have you throughout the years. And it says here, this is just an excerpt of what I saw.
Sure.
Very little. It says the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians. They're a Michigan tribe. They have survived to present day despite policies that nearly robbed it of its identity.
We've actually performed.
Really?
At a casino that is on their land
really?
And that they owned. Yeah, we played at the Little River Casino
cool.
for them. Interesting side story to the Band of Indians. Old members have come and gone, and in the early days of the internet, before anybody, especially us, knew to go out and buy LittleRiverBand.com and LittleRiverBand. So and so. In the early days, one of those. So he purchased the domain name and then sold it to the Little River Band of Indians. And, of course, the Little River Band of Indians wanted to be known as the Little River Band of Indians.
Right.
They didn't need to have LittleRiverBand.com, so we finally came to an agreement and bought it back from them, and everybody's happy. Like I say, we've performed everything. I think everything else is squared away, though. But, the Indians, we got it all figured out. It's all good.
That's it.
All good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I
appreciate it.
I will be back this evening to take some pictures.
We'll move around for you.
Excellent. I love it.